Welcome to another episode of Sessions 360. Today we'll be going to briefly speak about the pros and cons of WordPress and when should you choose to go down that route. Then I'm going to run you through the WordPress dashboard to give you guys the basic fundamentals to start using and maintaining your WordPress site. So why should you use WordPress? Well, when you should use WordPress is when budgets do not allow you to hire the professionals needed to get a website done custom for your business, or your business is blog driven and you are using WordPress for various easy implementations of features like SEO, e-commerce, form building, then WordPress can be an option. So as I show you the different types of dashboards that different WordPress sites have, you can see that they're very different. Things get added and taken off on the sidebar, and they're what called customizations or plugins. You should really just think of WordPress as a nice little all-in-one website package that is 80% just the right package you need, and the rest you're either going to need to make up sacrifices in your business or find plugins that can piece together the best bang for your buck and get you closer to it being 100% perfect for your site. When should you not use WordPress? Well, WordPress is well known and therefore is open to hacks and spam. If you're not updating your site regularly yourself and keep the plugins and WordPress up to date, then you could have more problems down the line than just having a regular HTML site. To give you an example, this website over here needs an update that I'm going in and updating it, but it's running fairly slow as a result of it being overwhelmed with plugins, and for the site owners not keeping this site up to date and maintained. I would definitely not recommend using WordPress unless you need a decent site up fast and cheap, or you're a blogger trying to build a following. Okay, moving right along. You now have decided that the WordPress option is the best option for you, and it is a good option, definitely. Here are some of the basic fundamentals of the dashboard, so you guys could then understand, depending on what theme you'll be using, you'd be seeing a slightly different version of it. Fairly similar layout, however, things are harder to find and they get buried into these menu items. So, WordPress has these major features. They have posts and they have pages. This is where the majority of the work that you're going to be doing in WordPress is. They change the different posts, which are articles that you add to your blog, and they give you the ability to edit the pages that are on your site. So, what are posts? Posts are your blog articles. They're separated by different categories, and then they have tags that give the ability for someone to search for those tag terms right here in the search. And then everything searches with throwback will come out because they have the tags right here. The tags to bring up these blog articles. So the post section, you have add new, which is very self-explanatory. You have all posts, which this shows all your posts, and you can edit them and do what you need. And then categories is where your blogs fall out in the different categories. And this is sometimes important because depending on where you put your post, you classify your posts right in these category sections is where it's going to actually show up on your site. Moving right along, you have media, which mostly everything is handled within the post or within the page. So you wouldn't go over here, but if you just want to just import all your images before you start the job, you could import all your images over here. You could also, in Edit Post, you could add media, and that'll open kind of its own little interface. Going back down, we have pages. So the pages and posts are sort of the same thing. They just have different styles to them. Just to give you an example, we'll go to pages over here. And this lists all of the different pages that are on the site. Comments are really cool, and that's if you have them enabled in your settings, and we'll go through settings very soon, but you could approve different comments. A lot of spam gets hit in your comments, and so this is a good way to filter to see, hey, is your site getting filtered with spam, and to approve the comments that you're receiving on your blog posts. Appearance is a very interesting panel because a lot of different things change in the appearance panel. If you can see that in this theme, customization will pretty much do what I needed to do. It'll give me the layout, and all my stuff kind of gets changed within customization. But then in another dashboard, everything is in its own options. So pretty much anything to do with the appearance of your site, not the content, not the pages, not the posts, happen somewhere in the appearance panel. And that is a very important part to try to fidget around with when you first install a theme, to figure out where things are going. For example, sometimes content's found in widgets. Footer widget 1, footer widget 2, footer widget 3. And so knowing, like, some people came to me a lot of times and been like, oh man, I'm stuck. I don't know how to change the sidebar. I'm looking everywhere in WordPress to change the sidebars and some widgets. So if you see, this can be considered a widget. And widgets are handled in the dashboard under widgets, and it's this nice like little drag and drag. And let's say you don't want 5 stars to be, you want it above the social profiles, follow us, then you could just reload, and look how easy it is to change something. I'm going to change it back, but with widgets, the problem with WordPress is where are things and how do you find them. But hopefully after this tutorial, you'll know a little bit more about what the science is behind this overall content management system, WordPress, and how to move things around. So things that change from theme to theme is the amount of plugins you have, where are the theme settings, and customization areas. Every new theme you come across brings up its new challenges. However, try to get the theme with the best reviews so you don't reach theme issues when creating your project. I can't even begin to tell you, it's probably 1 out of every 5 themes that are chosen, even with all the due diligence, that end up being a pain. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned to other videos and tips on our blog at codemedia360.com/blog, and follow us on social media at codemedia360.